evening, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading satellite office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Monday, November the 26th, 2012, and here is today's After the Bell market update, market summary brought to you by wallstreettrading.com. Want to first start off by taking a look to see how the indices closed the day out here. The Dow Jones closed down 42.31 points. The Nasdaq closed up 9.93, and the S&P 500 closed up 2.86. Taking a look at the breadth today here, we had 3,177 issues declining on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and Amex. We had 3,015 issues advancing on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the Amex. So pretty much a one-to-one, even on both sides kind of action. Kind of explains what the market did today. I mean, we had some stocks showing off today. Apple, one of them. Amazon, one of them. HP had a little bounce today. But in general, it was pretty much quiet across the board. Utilities did pretty well today, even though I don't even trade those. Just watching at this little hot screen I have right here to see what sectors are moving and shaking. Little pullback in some of the energy stocks, but let's go ahead and take a look at the general market. Want to first off by taking a look at the SPY daily chart here. You can see we did hold Friday's lows today. We hit a low of 140.19. Friday's lows was 140.04, so about what's that there? 114. So about 15 cents we came towards yesterday's lows on the SPY, and we held those lows and basically had a nice little inside day today. In my opinion, I think, like I explained in the weekend review video, which if you have not seen the weekend review video, which still how far has gotten a lot of positive response after we nailed the market last week and called the dollar drop. You can check that out by going to our YouTube channel, My Wall Street TV. All right. Now, let's take a look here. The SPY has come a long way from those lows down there where we hit a low of, say, 134.50. Now we're all the way back at 141. That's a fast move in a short amount of time. So it would make sense for us to get some consolidation right here since we're below this key resistance level from this gap level right here. You see this little gap we have, this little red area I have shaded right here. At the same time, let's not forget that we are back above this key trend line that we broke below, that we were holding, that was acting as support back here. Now it's acting as resistance. So we have some key trend lines to watch. At the same time, we're above some key levels. You can see we're above this 139.52 level. In my opinion, I think we consolidate a little bit more with some little shakeouts, little shakeups, and then see what happens here. If we could continue to stay above 139.52, though, we would be expecting to move back over 142 here. All right, we're above the 8, the 20, and the 200 EMA and SMAs on the daily here, and we're battling right now this 50-day. What is this here? Exponential moving average. Let's take a look at the triple Qs. The triple Qs. Triple Qs are trying to get jiggy with it again here. We need the triple Qs to get back above the 65.58 level or so. We do have to worry about this little declining moving average right here, this 50-day simple moving average that is declining, or I should say the 50-day exponential moving average that is declining. We also have to worry about this 200-day moving average right here and this little resistance zone. So for me to get really bullish on the Qs, they would have to be really above 66. But at the same time, I don't want to see them go straight up because that's just going to be too much of a fast move. Apple has been the catalyst for this Q snapback rally in the Qs here, because just take a look at the snapback that Apple has had. And as we all know, Apple, whatever Apple does, the Qs are most likely to follow. All right, that's usually how it's been working. I've got to stick with that. So anyway, if the Qs could get above 65.50 or so and start holding above that level for a little bit, consolidate a little bit, I would be expecting to move back over 66. If we break below today's lows, 64.54, we could be expecting to move back down towards 64.20, and then this little gap fill from the gap we had on Friday around 64. Let's take a look at the IWM Small Cap 2000, Russell 2000. All right, back inside this little blue downward channel that we broke down out of. Some shorts may be trapped down here. We're back above this key 79.37 level, and now we have to battle this key resistance level that comes from this declining trend line right here. All right, but it's also going to coincide with this little support that we had back here, which now is going to act as resistance. So this 81 level is a very important level on the IWM. The IWM has rallied all the way from a low of, say, 76.25 all the way to a high of 80.75. All right, same thing as the SPY. A nice move in a short amount of time. Needs some consolidation. If the market does reverse over, we're going to be looking for some resistance shorts. Resistance shorts being short stocks that are rallying back up into resistance levels like this right here, or stocks that are rallying back into key moving averages that are basically come from oversold levels. Those are the type of setups that we could be looking for right here if the markets reverse right back down. So, I have some of those setups on my radar as well for us over here on this side of town. Let's take a look at the dollar futures, see what the dollar futures did today. Dollar futures still looking pretty weak. Pretty much a flat day here. But remember, if we can hold below 80.25, we're going to be expecting this dollar futures to start rolling back down. That means everybody that got long above this 80.25 level will be caught in some type of bull trap. I really like how the precious metals held up today. SLV held up today pretty well. Usually when you have a nice big move in gold or silver, they usually like to smack it back down. So it held in pretty good today. That's constructive. GLD. All right, GLD held in pretty well today. Got a nice little 2 consecutive closes so far above this 50-day simple moving average. The longer we can hold above 169, the more bullish I'm going to be expecting this move to take place and head towards that 174 level up there. Last but not least, in the commodity sector, crude oil, USO. Actually, I didn't go over copper, but I'm not going to go over copper today. USO still on this little trend line right here. It needs to, the longer it can hold above 32, the better chance we have of going back up towards these 32.61, this 33 level here. I know some of you guys like to take a look at the crude oil futures like I do instead of taking a look at the USO. Therefore, taking a look at the crude oil futures, you can see here we're chopping around this 88 level. We still have to make sure that we pay attention to this declining 50-day simple moving average right here, and that resistance around the 89 level. So even if we do hold above 88, the real level we got to get back over is 89 and 90. If we start holding back below 88, all right, we break below 87, we're going to be expecting to move back down, possibly back down towards these lows towards 84. I mean, this really just seems like these energy stocks aren't really shaking and baking or moving at all, and crude oil is really not going anywhere in any at any fast pace at all. So I'm not really doing much in the energy sector lately. All right, so what else did I want to take a look at here with you guys before we take a look at a couple stocks here? Volatility index, what did the VIX do today? VIX was actually up 36 cents from a gap up. All right, and so far, let's make sure that we know that we are holding this little key level around this 15 level here. All right, and at the same time, we have resistance from this key range that we're trading in right here at the 16 level. So back above 16 and holding, and back above 16 and holding would be pretty good, telling us that maybe some people are starting to buy some protection in the market. All right, let's talk about some stocks here. Apple, obviously, one that you guys probably want to hear about. Nice day today, $18 rip today in this stock. Today was Cyber Monday, so you had stocks like eBay, Amazon, Apple running. My partner James in the chat room, he called all those to the long side. Believe it or not, I did not trade them all to the long side. My stock of choice today was Facebook. We caught about 80 cents in the Facebook trade in the morning, and after that, we really didn't even do much because there wasn't really much going on. I mean, you had Apple moving, you had Triple D moving that my friend told me about on Facebook. I believe she caught that trade. So I mean, either way, there was there was some things to do, but at the same time, doing too much today probably could have got you hurt. MOS made a nice move off the lows, and what else? FF5E popped up at the last minute. So we got some stocks on watch for sure for tomorrow. Today was another day to sit back, take some clues. The volume was light today, so I'm pretty sure some people are still away on vacation. Tomorrow we have Ben Bernanke speaking. We have a lot of news out tomorrow, so tomorrow should be more action. So anyway, Apple looks good. You guys recall what I said? I said Apple holding back above 570 would be pretty good. Why? Is that 570 level important? Because if you look back here, you can see that was the base that we were trading in. All right, before we broke down. Now it's resistance, then we back above it, so now it's support. So 570 in Apple is going to be a very important reference level to work off of now going forward. If we break below 570, you could be looking for it to trade back down, I would say, towards 555 or so. Let's take a look at another stock today, Facebook. Facebook was a nice, clean stock trade for us in the morning. If you want to see how we traded that stock, you could take a look at our YouTube channel and watch our midday market update video that we do every day, that I put out every day here. Facebook's looking good. Looks like it wants to come up here and touch this 200-day moving average that's declining around this 27.13 level, which also is going to coincide with this gap fill from the gap window right here. So Facebook still has a little bit more juice in it. At the same time, it's kind of tricky buying the stock after it's already up $5, $6 or so off this $19 low that we made back here on the 12th of November. Let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon, another strong stock that just keeps on the gift that just keeps on giving here. Amazon got a nice little close above its declining 50-day simple moving average. Next target on Amazon is above towards 250. As long as it can hold this 242 level or so, or better yet, as long as it can hold this 237.47 level down here, which we have highlighted as one of our support zones, Amazon should continue to get that positive order flow to the top side. eBay, this was a strong stock today, and I'm pretty pissed off that I missed this one because on my chart analysis last night, I was looking at this stock, and it was at a reference level from this trend line that I had here. And whenever I have a trend like this, like whenever you have a trend line like this on your chart, you want to make sure you set some alerts, keep it on watch or something, because it's either going to do a little fake breakout and then give you a reversal short, where it breaks out like this and traps some people to the long side and they close it like that to the downside, or it's either going to break out like it did today, or it's either going to gap down and sell off, or just chop around this key trend line like it kind of did right here before it actually rolled over. And that trend line was there from this high and this high. So you can see how people were playing this trend line from before: above it bullish, below it bearish, above it bullish. Whenever you have a key trend line, you could use that same method and say, okay, if it's above this level, I'm bullish. If it's below this level, I'm bearish. That's one of the things that we do in the pre-market warm-up when we're getting ready for the morning, for the markets in the morning. We look for that main inflection point that the futures traded above and below overnight, that you could tell that above that level there were buyers, below that level there were sellers. All right, sounds kind of simple, but believe it or not, if you don't continue to train your brain like this, you're not going to grow as a trader, because that's one of the problems that people have when trading is they hope. They don't have scenarios planned out. They don't know how to visualize good patterns and visualize good. And that's the type of stuff that we do over here and that we can help you with at wallstreettrading.com. All right, financials held up pretty well today. JP Morgan was a weak bank stock till it kind of made a nice little reversal, put a nice little hammer in here. Speaking of financials, let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs looking pretty good as well. You can see it held that 114 level down there, now holding above 118. And let's take a look at our BKX, because you guys have been watching the videos. You guys recall that I talked about buying the bank stocks down here when we rechecked this key trend line on my channel system from this little breakout we had right here. So this was basically coming back into a backtest area, and we got back above our key, back above my key green channel right here that comes from this little breakout from back here. All right. So the financials are looking pretty decent. You do have this key trend line right here, this key channel line that I'm watching. That's going to take it around this area back up towards here. I would be around, say, 50, 75 or so. Just keep an eye on them. They look pretty decent. Transports were started off pretty strong this morning. KSU, strong transport this morning. Some of the airlines that they're trying to get to, that they may be getting ready to get jiggy with it again. Not DAL, but ALK is a strong one. You could take a look at, see here, UAL, not a strong one. You could take a look at Delta, not Delta, where's the other one I'm looking for? LCC, that's what I'm looking for. LCC looks pretty good if it breaks out over this 13 level. We'll trade up towards 1320, then we'll be looking for this thing to maybe start heading back up towards 1460. Obviously not in one day, but this trend's starting to look a little bit better here. You can see from our trending indicator on the bottom, it's starting to get some nice, a nice little trend developing here on the closing prices. Okay. What else? Anything that I want to bring to you guys' attention? That's about it for tonight, guys. Just want to trying to make a quick video here. Hope you guys had a great trading day today. You can catch us bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:15 in the chat room. If you have not had access to the chat room, you can go to wallstreettrading.com. Fill out the trial form on the right-hand side. You will get the credentials emailed to you in a matter of seconds and go from there. Have a great night, guys. Enjoy. Cheers.